Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm back. Got a topic request for you guys, and basically it is from a feminine female. I'm just going to give y'all the short version of it that regrets coming out. So basically, this topic request is about regretting coming out. And just to condense everything down, she was with a young lady. She ended up coming out partially for her, partially for the young lady. Um, when they broke up, you know, her mom was, I guess, like, it won't work. None of your relationships will work, things of that nature. What else? They broke up, of course, a few months after she came out. She only likes to date femme women, so she's a femme-on-femme type of lesbian. And, basically just finding it a little difficult after she's come out, finding it a little difficult to date, to find women, femme women that like to date femme women and not studs, or find femme women that like to date femme women and they're not bi. So, all right, that is the super, super condensed version. So I guess to start out, to touch on a couple of things, first thing first, when you come out for yourself, sweetheart. Come out. If you are not 150% ready to come out for you and only you, don't do it, because it is not a cakewalk. It is not a walk in the park. It is not roses and pretty bears and pink fluffy clouds. Coming out is a bigger deal than most people, portray it to be, especially if you have family members, friends, relatives, stuff like that, that aren't so accepting of the lifestyle. So if you are not ready to come out for yourself, don't do it. Don't come out of the closet, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up regretting coming out of the closet. You have to basically do that shit for yourself. And if you're not ready, nothing is going to go right, because you're going to be conflicted. You're going to be you're going to be splitting yourself in two different directions. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel like nothing is ever going right. Nothing is ever working in your favor. Hell, I lost family members for this. I came out for you and we broke up. Things like that. So if you're not ready to come out for yourself, then don't do it. Unfortunately, since you already came out, it's kind of like you can't renege now. So best thing to do is move forward. Get comfortable with yourself. Get comfortable with who you are, who you like to date, and move forward. Move around, Use it as a stepping stone. Use it as a learning tool, your last relationship. As far as, femme-on-femme women being scarce, I beg to differ. It's kind of like, as many women as there are that like to date studs, there are probably the same or more women that prefer to date feminine women. It's all about the places you go. It's all about who maybe a friend could recommend another friend to you, things like that. If you're not a big club person, if you're not a big internet person, you probably will have to assert yourself a little bit more in finding what you want to find, Not saying go to the club, because I believe, you find them in the club, you're going to lose them in the club. But it wouldn't hurt if you go out to maybe a coffee shop, go out to like a house of blues, a little jazz spot, poetry spot, stuff like that. In my opinion, hell, all lesbians go to poetry spots. All lesbians are in coffee houses. You can find little hideaways to find an actual feminine lesbian woman. I know you said you had some concerns about, if you find a feminine woman that likes feminine women, she's possibly bi. And I would agree with you. I do, have my biases about that sometimes. But that's something you have to, figure out. I ain't going to say figure out, but do your investigations. If you meet somebody, hey, I'm a 100% lesbian women. I only date women, and I don't, mess with men. What about you? Are you bi? do you, mess with both sexes? And you don't have to be rude or mean or anything like that, but just let that person know that it's okay to be upfront and honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, if it's not your cup of tea, if they're bi, hey, y'all can be friends, y'all can be cool, go looking for chicks together. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, experience. You learn, you grow, things like that. I'm assuming that, since you came out you just came out, and you're just now learning. You're just now being out and about in the lifestyle. So just as with anything else, you have to go through some things. You have to, just as a growing process in general, you have to learn how to date. You have to learn what you like, what you don't like, the traits in the person that you, can vibe with, things you don't. You learn those things through dating, through just being out and about, stuff like that. So, it's not that they're not around, but they may just be a little difficult to locate, unlike a stud. If you see two regular girls, as you stated in your letter, two regular women walking in the mall, you wouldn't think anything of it. They could be sisters, they could be cousins, they could be just friends, they could be, two acquaintances, or they could be lovers. You don't know that because they're two feminine women. However, you see a stud in the film, two and two together, they're gay. So it's kind of like, you might have to just dig a little deeper instead of right under the surface to find a decent girl that you like and y'all vibe, all that kind of good stuff. As far as mom saying that your relationships won't last, I think from how you stated it, I think she was coming from a negative place with that, but you also have to remember that sometimes our parents, our friends, loved ones see things that we don't see when we're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? When we are in a relationship, we have tunnel vision. All we see is that person. We don't see anything outside, around, up, under, anything about, as far as that person is concerned. You see that person, and that's all you see. If she said your relationship won't work, it may be that she may have saw something that you didn't see at the time, or if she came from a negative place with it, you might want to reconsider, whenever you feel like you want to introduce someone to your mom, you might want to make sure that, you have a feeling of security with this person. You want to be with this person. And, you see yourself being with this person for the long haul. If not, I recommend you not even bring them around your family, to be honest with you, because it will save you and them a lot of heartache. I've been there before. I hated it. So, yeah, don't do it to anybody that you date from here on out. If you know that your family may not be very receptive, especially moms, then, that other person won't mind at all not going to family functions and kicking it with your people and shit like that. So, yeah, I said all that to say that, hey, you're just coming out, you're young, have fun, date around, decide what you like, what you don't like, don't regret coming out of the closet, because, hey, you're out now, you might as well live it up, do you. Be who you are. Be proud of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might face a few more bumps in the road than you may have expected, but it comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? It comes with being who you are. Anything that's different, people will resist it. You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes you might just have to grit and bear it. Everybody's families aren't the same. That's pretty much my advice on that. Don't ever regret being who you are, because in the end, if you regret being who you are and then you backtrack to being who you were, you're never going to be happy with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my 3 cents on that topic. Thank you very much for requesting it. Feel free to send more. Anybody else out there, hey, if you guys got some topic requests, send them to me. And, I'll post them, give my little 3 cents. And, you know how I do. Y'all know how I do. Go Saints. Super Bowl champ. Peace out.